guys, it's Jonah here, back with the start of a bank holiday epic. And I'm going to do some beer reviews, obviously. Sorry I didn't do a review yesterday. It all went a bit pear-shaped because I went to the pub, went to another pub, got served what can only be described as a pint of vinegar, almost spattered all over the barman. So I went back to the first pub again, which was the pub of the year in Broadstairs. It's the Royston pub. They do fantastic beers. The awful pub is not going to be named here, unless you ask in the comments down below, and then I will tell you. But I'm not going to say on camera. But yeah, they literally were serving vinegar through the pump, and I was just like, ugh, really? And there's a sign on the outside saying for sale. I wonder why they're selling it. Heart not in it, really. But Jesus Christ, basically I've been stung in there before, and yeah, never again, because until they change over to someone new, I'm not going in that pub again, because it is absolutely awful, terrible, terrible beer. And the bar lady in there, God knows how old she is, she always wears scantily clad clothes, which is bizarre in itself because she's a lady of a certain age, probably in her 60s, I'd say. And she's got huge knockers that are obviously fake. It's just absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, so I almost spat my vinegar over her cleavage. Just what the fuck? And the other beer I had in there, because I got another beer, obviously, I couldn't work out if it was off or not. It was like, it was supposed to be a blonde ale, but it definitely had some funky kind of farmyard tones to it. And I was thinking, is this blonde ale supposed to be like this? Maybe in Belgium, but not in Broadstairs. So yeah, like I say, I went back to the Royston, and literally as I walked in the door, they were just tapping a Cloudwater cask, so not a can, a cask of Cloudwater. Oh, just absolutely brilliant stuff. Anyway, I digress. I'm doing another beer review tonight from the Northern Ireland box. I'm only one behind, and for a change, they've actually got the pub on, or the brewery, which is here, Heaney's. And it's somewhere here in Northern Ireland, just above that massive great lake that I always think looks a bit like an eye on a map. Don't know exactly what it's called. Sorry, I'm not that great. But what is great is this article by the lady who needs no introduction. Where does it say? There we go. Robin Gilmore. Very, very good write up here. They're talking about how it's been difficult. It's a 4-page spread. Difficult times of late. They're going to be doing some tap rooms. They're going to be doing some special edition ales. All this good stuff. And if you've got the biggest box of them all from Beer 52, you get 3 of these, I believe. I've only got 2 in my box, and this is the first one. It is called A Long Shadows. It's a robust porter by the Irish farmhouse beer Heaney's. They're basically based on a farm, so all their beers are farmhouse beers, basically. And here we go. It says brewed for maximum malt, caramel, and chocolate unctuousness. Oh, I like the sound of that already. And a touch of sweetness for your delectation. This robust porter is a beer for cozy nights in. Fantastic. And it has got water, barley, hops, and yeast. Nothing else, apparently. And this was actually brewed in the UK, weirdly enough, by Full Circle. At least they're saying where they're brewed from. And it is a 6% beer. It even says serve at 11 degrees. Very, very interesting. And I even like the label. It kind of looks a bit like a shed, I guess, or a mountain in the background, that type of thing. But, dear viewer, you have to understand, I really like dark beers, porters, stouts, milds even. So I'm liking these kind of beers. For those of you that only drink lager or only drink IPA, I feel sorry for you because you are missing out, dear friends. You need to drink some dark beers. Don't get me wrong, they are not all good. But at the same time, they are not all like Guinness. There are lots of different dark beers out there. Why not try some? Look at that head. Wow. Lovely, lovely. 2 fingers. 2 fingers is enough for anyone. And what would you call that? Sort of like a mocha or a tan cap. Lovely fluffiness on the top there. Some big bubbles. Look at that. Some really big carbonation type bubbles. This is definitely not an Irish, sorry, beg your pardon. It is an Irish, a Northern Irish. It is not a nitro stout. This is a carbon dioxide stout. Black, the ace of spades, as they used to say. I don't think you're supposed to say that, but when you're talking about beer, I don't think it matters, dear viewer. Only when you're talking about other things that people get worried about. Let's try something like that. Get it all in the shot. Ugh, what am I doing? That one back, that one is about right. And then a grin with that ever increasing beard. Now, I need to sort out really, but I haven't done anything about it thus far, dear viewer. Absolutely fantastic. Nice roastedness, some coffee in there too. You can pick up on the sweetness. There is some hops in there, obviously. I believe it's just Columbus hops. And looking over here, we've got Munich malt, chocolate malt, some brown malt, some amber malt. Marisotta is the main one, and Carafa 3 for that darkness. So, oh, dear viewer, my allergies are probably messing with me again. I apologise. Let us dive in. I'm going to tell you a story as to what will be going on over the next few days. Absolute ridiculousness. But let's have some beer first. Cheers. Oh, interesting. Reasonably sweet. It's pretty damn sweet, actually. Then it went to kind of coffee. Then it went to bitterness. And then it went to kind of cream. I'm wondering, it didn't say lacto in here, did it? Contains gluten. Doesn't say lacto in there, but that's quite creamy, and there's no oats in there, from what I can gather. No, it's all coming from the malts. Interesting. That, dear viewers, is of course, as always, if we believe what people put on their labels. There's no reason to doubt it, but some people are. I don't know why they do it, to be honest, because everyone knows the 4 main constitutions of beer, of ale, and then people add other things. Who knows? Oh, sweet. The bitterness is there. And that creaminess, that's the unctuousness for me, is that creaminess in the end. You can actually taste the hops in there, which is unusual. but it's not. It's not too bad. It's not like a black IPA. That's not what I'm saying at all. It's not trying to be like that. Even though the other night I had a beer and it was a stout. And my God, it was hoppy. And I was thinking in my head, this is like a black IPA kind of thing. But no, it's definitely a stout. And this porter, you can pick up the hops there. Yeah, maybe a touch too sweet for me. I like a little bit of more dryness in there. But this is quite a good beer, and it's 6% ABV, not too shabby at all. Hence the robust name, I guess. Um, so yes, I had a productive day because I was doing some printing. I'm printing out my scoring cards for tomorrow because as I've said before, I'm sure I have, but I will say it for you now, so you don't have to go sifting back through my back catalogue. Beg your pardon. But if you do want to do that, why not think about subscribing and all that kind of stuff? And you can look through back over 1,000, I think we are now. Videos, that is. Or it's around 1,000 anyway. Yes, there are. Right, so tomorrow there are 6 beer festivals that I know about that's going on, plus a tap takeover in Margate. So if you're not from around here, Margate is the town where basically the mods and rockers used to fight, along with Brighton back in the 60s. Yeah, 4 of those beer festivals are connected by minibuses, which essentially are free, but it says, chuck them a few pounds, like chuck a pound coin in the meter kind of thing as you get on, just to keep the bus guy happy, which is fine with me. Yeah, so you can go to 4 breweries for like £1, basically, or a couple of pounds maybe. I've downloaded the beers that are in one of the breweries, Gads, or the Ramsgate Brewery, I should say, also known as Gads. They've got, I think it's 14 beers, plus their own beers that they're going to be putting on. Absolutely nuts. And then all the other 4 breweries the other 3 are doing their own beers plus a few guest ales. So it's going to be very messy, but I'm going to do some beer reviewing, beer judging, etc., etc. I probably won't do it on camera, as I'm out and about. Things often go pear-shaped, but you never know. I might try and upload a video. It sometimes works out okay, and I upload them. But basically, I'm going to be pretty hammered, so I don't know if I'm actually going to do a beer review tomorrow. Then we have a pub beer festival, which is just outside the zone where I am. And then a little bit further out, a bus ride away, dear viewer, there is another beer festival at a brewery. And this brewery is Time and Tide. A lot of times they say they're kind of Deal, but it's more like between Sandwich and Deal. You can find it. I believe they're on a farm or something weird like that. I've been there a couple of times to their brewery. Just absolutely nuts. So 6 beer festivals, and then there's a tap takeover in a town, which basically means what Margate are doing. Selective pubs, micro pubs mainly, but other venues as well, are doing a tap takeover in each, and I believe there are 11 places, and God knows how many beers there are. There's probably say 11, say 4 on average in each. That's 40 beers at least. So it's gonna go pear shaped. So please accept my apologies. But if you want to know what I'm drinking as I'm drinking it, well, to a certain degree, until I get absolutely gnarlied, and then I'll forget to score my beers. Link up with me on Untapped. The address is down below, but you can just type in Unclejona into Untapped and I will pop up. It's absolutely nuts. Right, let's finish this off and you can get on your bike. Ooh. There is a nice amount of bitterness and an astringency there too. And for those of you that enjoy my head watch or foam watch, look at that. That looks like the white horse of Kent there, rearing up and heading some sort of trifecta, which is very, very strange. What have we got around the other side? Oh, what is that? That's some sort of weird sort of zombie ghost, one-armed ghost trying to haunt my glass. And I lament for an empty glass because that means I've run out of beer, which is never a good thing, is it, dear viewer? That is Heaney Farmhouse Brewery Long Shadows, which is a robust porter. Very nice. If you're ever in Northern Ireland, why not look out for that one? They do some really nice kind of rustic style beers. And I have another one. I think I've only got two out of the three that were sent out. So I'm definitely going to do another review. I'm going to see if I can find it and we'll do that one next time. But, dear viewer, until then, you will have to wait for Unclejona to return because I'm going to do another beer review real soon.